what they know. Your first name is free, last name is dumb, but you still believe in where we're from. Man's right flower, it's in every living thing. Mind, use your power, spirit, use your wings. Freedom, freedom, freedom. Hold on to me, oh, don't let me go. Cheetahs need to eat, run antelope. Your first name is king, last name is dumb, 'cause you still believe in everyone. When the baby first breathes, when night sees sunrise, when the whale hugs the sea, when man recognizes freedom, freedom, freedom.
Abia Holder just resubbed for 45 months. Love you all, Carl's love, Carl's love, Carl's love.
Hakuna.
We are from heat, the electric one. Does it shock you, see? He left us the sun. Atoms in the air,
Hello?
organisms in the sea.
I get time zones mixed up.
And yes, man,
I actually forgot how good afternoon streams are for everyone, apart from Europe. Oh, maybe a little bit of Europe. Abby, thank you so much for tier 345. That's so nice. Thank you. That's very cute. Hi guys. Sleep, who is she? Hello. Thank you, Abs. That's huge. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Howley, hello. Abs, Nerdy, Cass, hello. Oh my god, not the jet lag. Oi. Oh wait, Kenobi, what time is it? Hello. Dylan, Damo, Sully's awake. What the hell? Mummy. Grace, Cass, Max, Eb, Taff. Oi. Hi, Mimi. Girl, diva down, diva down. Hi, Liv. How are you? Almost 4 years. Actually, hang on. Abby, what the hell? Jesus. Oh my god. Hello. You can hear it from a mile away. 8 a.m. Oh shit, wait, is this prime time? Hang on. I remember last time I did an afternoon stream. I started a little bit earlier and it was actually really good and I keep forgetting and I'm like, why don't I just do that? Well, here we are. Bitter, hello. Mickey, hello. Thank you for your lurks as well. There's a new map, guys. There's a new map. Or 2 new maps, I think. And I haven't even seen them. I've saved it. I saved it for us. Let me have a look. I know the time. Girl. I would love that, Grace. Especially if you spammed me, like last time. Genuinely, that was so hilarious. Hi, Jules. Hakuna. Tammy. Hi, Tata. Oh, I think it's base game, Jules. Let me see.
Tammy_RN just resubbed for 50 months. Still waiting for an ad, Carl's Tutters.
A museum in Egypt. Oh, shit. Thank you for the sub. Oh, shit.
Put your ass away, child!
Dylan. Oh my god, Jeffy, hello.
Dylan in the name of _ just subscribed.
Thank you. Jeffy, you gotta play tonight, doll or what? Sushi, hello, doll. How are you? Dodgy, hello. Good luck with your quiz. Tammy, thank you so much for T350. Ads are off for the spawn, guys. You're free. Oh, babe. Oh, wait. Mimi, dance. She's so comfortable. Damo, thank you.
Stop it! We're stop
That's
shaking
really
it like jelly
nice.
for 5 seconds.
We have to find the anomalies before we fucking die. Sush, I'm so
Rainbow
excited.
_warrior
It's another one of my
has gifted
favorite
7 subs.
deal days. You know what I'm
Naughty
getting
boy.
after stream. I need it. I need comfort food. Thank you so much, Damo. That is so lovely. And Dylan, thank you so much. Tammy, Abs, I really appreciate it. Of course you can, doll. Server is wicked, password wing. In before the spawn. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful for that. Thank you, doll. Yeah, no, get in, guys. Wicked wing. The sponsor is in an hour, so we're just vibing before then. Guys, I kind of want to play Ford after, maybe.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Get that pussy out, girl.
Word for that, Red.
Getting this shit out before
Get
the
it all
spawn.
out. Get it all out. Love that. That's hilarious. Thank you so much. What the dealio is? Oh, yeah. I mean, you can download your app, guys. Have a look for yourself. I'm so excited. Thank you. I've been unwrapping it. Real talk, though. I'm not sponsored right now. But I've been unwrapping it every day, being like, what's the deal? I love it. It's quite fun. Guys, I played Fort for the first time properly, like for the sprites. It's so addicting, just going in, getting a sprite and leaving. I love it. I loved Customs with Jesus, Cass. It was really good. No, it was great, Cass. I loved it. Oh, yeah? Mimi, you're still so diva. I know. Yeah, it's like a food blind box. Exactly. What do I put? Code Carla. I wish. Imagine. Eb, thank you for the biddies. I appreciate that. And thank you, Damo. That's so kind. All the resubs as well. I assume your cat Mimi was the inspiration to get that. I saw this in Japan, and I thought it was the cutest thing ever. Because of the bow. Because I really love Mimikyu. But this does have Mimi vibes. You're right. How do we report room names? Oh, did you see a sussy room name? Kaz. Oh my god, Abby. Thank you for reminding me. When I unwrapped it, I literally lost
Put your
it.
ass away, child.
I was like,
Savannah Nicole _ just subscribed.
what is
Carla,
this?
my love. Hey beach, hey
Perfect,
pals. Carl's love, Carl's love,
Savannah.
Carl's love.
Thank you for 18. How are you, doll? Thank you, thank you. Oh, I appreciate it. I know it came with a bow. It's a little cutesy Mimikyu. Oh, Jules. How do you find it? So when you press join, and you can put in the name, like join private game, I think, and you put the name and the password in and press North America. Actually how I really got into streams and watching him and you, so it was really wholesome. Oh, cute! Full circle. I love it. Grace, I wish. Imagine 69% off. Oh, not true. No, thank you, Abby, for that gift. That was hilarious. It's going really good with my outfit because I'm that little lizard at the moment. It's so cursed. I love it. It's beautiful. Beautiful. Stunning. Let me put the... You are Grace, but I love it. No, don't quit. You're so sexy. I don't know. It's a weird time of night, so we might not have a lot of players. But if you want to play, guys, you're more than welcome. We have a sponsor in 45, Savannah. So it's for KFC. 'Tis the seasonings. Plus it's winter over here, so it is Christmas in July, technically. But it's for KFC sponsoring now. It's really cool. I thought a message was just delayed again. I love it so much. It cracks me up. No, I love your spamming, Grace. Unless I make a lobby where it's public and so people can get in, but I don't know. We could get some like weird chat messages. But I was thinking of playing Fort. Because it's, I don't know, this season seems kind of fun. Am I weird? Have you played it? Do you agree? 'Tis the seasonings. Isn't it great? I love it so much. I kind of want to go, yeah, no, Abs, yeah, you're right. What was I going to say? Oh, I forget. That's okay. Thank you for lurks, guys. No, that's okay, Jules. Honestly, I played a couple and then I was off anyway. I was just getting sprites. It was very exciting. Henry, what are you doing up? Hello? Hello, hello? No, it didn't. I only saw 2. There's only 2 of the same. Guys, I haven't played any of these maps. This is brand new Electric Boogaloo map. Although, we could see if there's any new workshop stuff, but we have 2 new maps anyway. Oh, hell. They've made another Bikini Bottom. This looks like DBD. It's not, but it does. No way. They've made an Overwatch map again. They have a repo map? No way. Easiest subscribe of my life. Oh my god. Not the repo map. That's beautiful. Yeah, I like OG better. But it's been fun trying the new sprite thing, because I haven't looked at it. Rick and Morty. Oh my god. Mana, Lethal Company. What? That's so cool. King's Row? Girl, we all know that's big as hell. No, that's fair, Cass. That's fair. Sorry, auto mod for this one. There's a couple of guns that I like, but the rest, you know. Wait, which one, Tammy? Wait, are you working? Where are you? Where are you? Hi, Fartman. Thank you, doll. I appreciate you. Yep. No! Although, I'm so excited to be with you on your shift. I feel like I don't get to do that a lot, because I'm always off. The Flex and War Forge are the best, but I'm on the Dead ISL every day. True. True. I feel like I don't remember the pool at all. Nebula, hello. How are you? Yeah, guys, sorry. I know I've been kind of... I wouldn't say dead to the world, but... You know, just, you know, life be lifin'. This week, obviously, I had this massive plan and, for stream and stuff. And then I had a night with Mimi last night that made me realize things that I've been, I guess, I've been very much in denial. And I know you guys have seen this, and I've said some stuff, and I've definitely been in denial with her. So yeah, it was a night where I realized, I didn't sleep much because she was restless as well, because I'm a mother. And it made me realize, like, before I went to sleep, I was like, Mimi, if you can understand me, give me a sign, because I'm struggling to make the call, because you're eating and you're cuddly and blah, blah, blah. But then, like, when Mum saw her, she was like, Carl's, like, because I think because I'm seeing her every day, I know she looks sick, don't get me wrong, but like I get used to giving her drugs. I get used to hearing her nose. I get used to all of it. And then when someone comes in that doesn't see her every day, it was like, Mum's like, girl, 'cause I saw her today. She was like, babe, like, I know you're holding on and that's beautiful, but like, you can tell she's just so uncomfortable and there's nothing I can do really, like, because her nose passage is just getting more blocked, you know? So it's like, yeah, and Mum got to say goodbye, which was nice, but it was just kind of like, oh man, I've just been in denial. I think. So, obviously I'm keeping it together because I have a sponsor, so I'm not heartless. I've done lots of crying this afternoon. But it's looking like this week, sorry Jockle, by the way, welcome in. It's looking like this week I couldn't cancel the spawn, otherwise I wouldn't have streamed. But yeah, so it's looking like sometime this week I'll keep you updated. But she's on my lap and she's very cuddly, very, very cuddly. Yeah, but thank you guys. You've been very supportive and I appreciate you. Chans, you're awake too? I can't believe I'm seeing so many of you. Hello, guys, get in here if you want. You don't have to. But if you want to play some Mecha with us, you're more than welcome. Thanks, Abs. Thanks, Savannah. Thanks, Konomi. I appreciate it. And Zawa, hello. Yeah, because tonight I was like, I'm going to start at this time, and then I'm going to finish until, I'm going to go into like 3 a.m. And then I was like, girl, what are you doing? Like, just chill. Do what you can, but like, why are you like not giving yourself grace? Like, this is a hard time. Like, shh, you know? So, yeah. Oh wait, Chuns, that's right. Oh my god. Wait. Boot up Mecha. Yeah, Dark, for sure. For sure. Yeah, I'm trying to give myself grace. I don't know why I'm beating myself up so much. I've just been Googling, like, what road to go down. I'm thinking maybe people have suggested a private one where they do it in your home so she can be, oh, honey. Yeah. So she can be more comfortable and like less stressed. Which I've heard that's really nice. Sorry, also, I know it might sound, hopefully I don't sound insane with how like calm and composed I am talking about this. I just wanted to give you like an update on my week because I don't want to do this. But also, you know, I had to lock in for today. If it was a sponsor, I could have pushed back. I definitely would have, but I couldn't have. And I thought, you know what? Lock in, babe. Lock in. So, thank you, Prom. It's such a different feeling, isn't it? Oh my God. Oh, I've been looking at TikToks to help me process it a bit because it's like, you feel like it's the wrong, like, you feel really mean because you have to make this decision. But like, yeah, I don't know, you feel awful. You feel really awful. Thanks, Caitlin. I appreciate it. Yeah. We can talk about chicken, yeah. It's okay, I'll lock in soon. I just wanted to give you a bit of an update because it's like, I feel like people in the Discord know, but if you aren't aware, like, that's rather you know that like if I do like a 3-hour stream or if I vanish, like you know what's going on. I missed a message. I feel like I don't know how to use my PC right now. I just lost my train of thought. I missed a message, but I appreciate you guys. I'm reading everything. Yeah, no, I like Discord's so like random. So I thought people who watch the VODs can like know as well. I know, Cass. I know, and you know what hit me last night? I was doing some reading because I couldn't sleep. Because her breathing was getting, it was getting worse last night. And I think I've been in denial because I'm like, oh, she's eating and she's sleeping with me and, you know, she's cuddling me. Woo! And I was reading articles and I had to kind of be like, babe, that's beautiful. But like, she has a mass that's already broken her bone structure. Like, I know that that's great, but a lot of cats mask the way they feel. And just because she's doing some normal cat things doesn't mean she's not in pain right now. It doesn't mean she's not it means she's uncomfortable, but she's still doing little things. Like, you can't wait until it's bleak to do it because you're just like, her quality of life is just crappy. You know what I mean? Like, because she's in pain. Even with her meds, like, I can't just wait until summer, like, I can't wait until the last minute because that's unfair that her quality of life is crappy. You know? No! Savannah, no sorries. I'm sorry I'm hitting you with it, but before the sponsor, I wanted to just tell you guys, because if I end up doing like 3 hours today or going after the sponsor, you know it's not because I miss you terribly. It's not because I don't want to be here. I would just rather update you. You've done nothing wrong. Like, I'd rather you be silly and fun. Like, you can be as silly as you want. I will still be silly. I'm always a silly little... Even when I've been going through the worst days lately, I still pop on for a laugh. Like, I can mask a bit too well. So, never say sorry. Thanks, Elle. I appreciate you. Hoobsy. Yes, right? It was out of nowhere for Mimi too. I'm sorry, doll. All my love to you. Thanks, Trace. I appreciate it. That's lovely. Yeah, I have to be silly. Otherwise, I'll just be like a sad girl all the time. You know what's so weird? I've been in my cleaning arc. Like, I think my brain's been really enjoying the distraction of always cleaning something. Because look, I clean, but I've never been someone who's very like, I'm definitely not particular. But I've been cleaning left and right. I think that's the way I've been coping, is cleaning. I don't know. I don't know. Oh my god, Sully. 30? Oh. Oh, doll. Yeah, that's not good, doll. Thank you, Dark. I appreciate you. Streaming and posting. It's so weird. Very weird, Trace.
Put your ass away, child.
Doggo
Aw,
Reborn
Hughes.
just subscribed.
Thank you, doll.
Oh Carla, my love.
Yeah, Chuns, exactly. Exactly right. Doggo, thank you for 38. And Mirena for 53.
Put your ass away, child.
Oh my god. Oh, by the way, I should probably do this.
Moreno
Guys,
underscore
get in
Nama
here.
just subscribed.
Everyone's
Love and
welcome.
appreciate you, Pud.
Woo! Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you. What the hell? 5-year follow-versary summer. Oh my god. Half a decade, doll. Jules, amazing. Oh my god, oh my god. Abby, that's a huge win. What the hell? Beautiful. I have an interview, bad news. If I get it, I won't be on literally at all Sunday through to Wednesday. So Monday through to Thursday. Well, Henry, I hope you get what you want, because I'm not going to be against you getting a job. But no! No, I'm kidding. We'll make it work, babe. We'll make it work. We'll make it work. We'll make it work. That's awesome. Thank you so much, Sully. No, I appreciate that, because even Mum, I was saying to Mum, it's so confusing, this
Nelly
stage
Note
of
Furtado
their
just
life,
resubbed for 10 months. Hi doll.
which I know a lot
Carl's
of
love.
you can relate to because you've been through. It's my first time experiencing this. We're still actually useless summer. That's so funny. I remember that. When Mum saw her, it was kind of like confirmation, because again, I'm used to seeing and hearing her. But like, I was like, I feel bad because she's normal in like a few aspects, which is like, oh, cool. And it's like, Carla. But her breathing's hard. Like, she mouth breathes sometimes. Her nose gets blocked so quickly because the mass is just hurting her insides. Like I get it, and you want to hang on to every last second, but like, think of her. I know she's masking and she's cuddling you, and that's great, but like, lock in, babe. You know? Lock in. Where's Henry? Oh. I know. Does anyone want to join, by the way? Do we have more people to play? Oh. Oh, nerdy. No. I'm glad he's doing well. Hi, Cammy. I don't think... Oh, that's the thing. The one thing that's like a big sign for her is she isn't grooming herself. She's not grooming herself, which is like, that's the opposite of her personality. She was grooming herself every second she got. So that's like another sign that's giving me some comfort in going to the next stage. Jules, I'm not too sure. She doesn't let me look in her mouth, but I don't think it's good under there, to be honest. Hi, Penguin. Last time I looked, it wasn't good. And when she has biscuits sometimes, because she has wet food, but sometimes she'll sneak in some biscuits. She definitely eats with the other side of her mouth. Wait, Kemi. Wait, we need this. Ooh, Goss? Tell me everything. Alright, we'll do a double. So I want to test out this map. If you would like to join, everyone, please do. We do need more people to play. But no pressure if you can't be bothered. I was going to say a bad word, then I didn't. Oh shit.
Thank you for the sub.
Put your ass away, child.
Mobley Easy just subscribed.
Mobley,
Hi doll.
hello. Sorry, just got a work thing. Oh. Okay. And okay, sorry. I'm back. What is this map? Oh my god. That's okay, Caitlin. Bestie. We're gonna get you Mecca. Mobley, thank you for 52. How are you? Are you talking about Mikey, Trace? Oh wait, where do I hide? Oh my god, Liv, it's so fun. Oh no, this collab is wild. Trace, wait, is Mikey asleep? Are you with Mikey? Could I be a kitty? Oh, sorry. Thank you, Cammy. I love this view. Sorry, Georgie. I'm not ready. Pizza. Yeah, you know, you're right. You're right. Do I want to be a bebe? Hi, Cells. Oh, Trace, right. This is the new collab map. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh. Oh no. Not good, guys. Not good. What is his room theme? I gotta know. It's a collab with a Japanese artist. I actually don't know. But I'm living. Ooh, Henry, nice. Oh my god. Sush. I feel like I've been going kind of crazy and we've been popping all the jokes. Which is, you feel, even that you feel guilty for? You're like, oh, I'm actually laughing. It's like, no, you gotta laugh. Oh, Chans, that's a good idea. Where's Jules? I'm joking. If you don't laugh, you'll cry. In it, exactly right. Hi, Court. I'm bloody good. What's the time? We're gonna keep an eye on it. What, Betty? No, I know, Sush. Mum said something absolutely diabolical. So she came over and like we had a little cry because, you know, obviously Mum saw her for the first time and how sick she looks. And what I'm gonna say next, by the way, is extremely dark. So mute if you don't want to hear dark humor for like 10 seconds. And then Mum was leaving, and like Mum's so heartbroken, by the way. And Mum was leaving, and then she's like, Mimi, Mimi, I'm going. You're gonna die this week, all right? You're gonna die. I'm like, Mum, don't say that. And she's like, she needs to know. She needs to be. She needs warning. And I'm like, Mom. She's like, you gotta laugh. I'm like, Mom, please. Like, Mum, no. But look, you know what? She did get a giggle out of me, but I was like, Mom. Like, she went from crying her eyes out to crying her eyes out to like cracking a dark joke. I'm like, girl. Anyway. Beck, hello, my love. Wait, you said crazy like Chris Mel. Did I? That's my bro. Guys, it's his Aussie birthday tomorrow. You saw my dad, he looked like a milk dud when he was going through treatment. Now I tell him he looks like graham crackers every time I pass. Oh, God. Not me getting a hype chest during that story. Hype chest it up, guys. Guys, get in here. Who wants to boot up Mecha and play with us? Because can you turn off text chat? Because if you can, I will do a public lobby. But I don't think you can turn off text chat. Oh, also, can I tell you a funny story? Can you like close it? No. Oh, I guess I could like put my cam over it. Natalie. Hello, my love. I can put my cam over it, I guess. What was I gonna say? What was I saying before? What was I saying? Damn it. Why do I always forget? I always forget what I'm gonna say. And it's not a big deal. Dark joke, Mimi, you went to a funny story, lizard brain. A story, another story I was gonna tell? What the hell? Girl. I fear I don't remember. Yeah, you can, Seb. The info's up the top. Oh. Oh my god, isn't it so funny when you catch yourself crying? Oh, wait. Oh, I nearly had it. I nearly had it. Ooh. Wait. It nearly came back to me. Oh, yeah, that's right. I got it. So I have voice mod on my PC, and when I gotta delete it. But when I boot up, it automatically connects my mic to it. And there's a sponsor that you will find out about soon that I'm doing a reel for. And they had feedback. They're like, oh, can you say this instead? And I was like, oh, crap. I can't refilm that. The lighting will be different. I look different. I'm like, I'll do a voiceover. So I was on my editing app and I did the countdown and I filmed the 2 words I had to say. Tell me why, when I went to play it back, my voice mod was on and it was the ghost face voice. So it was like, for example, I won't say what it is, but say I'm saying I love Kmart. It was like, I love Kmart. And I was like, girl, turn that shit off. What are you doing? It was so fun. I wish I should have saved it. It made me laugh. By the way, I can't wait to show you the bloopers of this reel because Reese helped me do it, which he was a saint. The bloopers are so funny. The bloopers are so good. Hi, Ames. How are you, doll? Ghostface, I'm buying. I think you'll like this, guys. I can't wait to show you. It's so stupid. Wicked as server name and Wing as password and North America, I think. No, I think it's my best work yet, to be honest. I can't wait to show you. Thanks, Beef. I appreciate you. Thanks, doll. I appreciate that a lot. Maybe I'll do a public lob and move my cam. Yeah. The way or do I join a public lobby? Oh, wait, names could be a bit weird. Unless I play Fort instead and then do Mecha after. I wonder if I can ask to do that. Beck! Oh my god. You're downloading? Have you played yet? You cutie? Beck. Do not apologize. We have the spawn, Kyle, in 25 minutes. Kyle, join if you can. No pressure. Any tips? Guys, what's good tips for Beck? Ooh, I reckon practice in here when you get in. Practice drawing on yourself and the movements when you're in the lobby. Kyle, boot up Nintendo DS. Oh wait, aren't there special poses on that new map? I just realized. Wait, on the new map, wasn't there a special pose? That's the way it goes. Carl, yeah. Don't wait too long to pick a spot. True, I do that quite a bit. Quite a bit, I do. Let me just see something real quick. Okay. We're good. So that, wait, actually, why did that not get auto-modded? That's crazy. Wait, are we different? Road to 2! Jules, yeah! I'm gonna try the new Egypt, actually. Oh, the random is fun. That's fun. Okay. There's an alien. Run! Hi, Striker. Don't say sorry. How are you, doll? Yeah, sometimes the auto mod's a bit funky. I agree. All right. She looks so cute. I wonder if I can show you without her moving. Oh. Cuddly girl. Baby girl. Oh. If I'm... Can I eat your mic? Please. Please eat it. If I'm sitting on my PC, she's always on my lap. And she's a lap cat, but prior to her being sick, she wasn't this lap catty while I was working. She was always in the bed. Christmas in July, Max. I know, Nat, you would have loved her. Pretty girl. Oh my god. Oh. I still love her. Okay, I'm gonna move Mimi. Poor thing. Do I need a wipe here? Show me your eye. Okay. I know, Sushi. I know. Oh, Beck's joining. Striker. Oh, wait, you're doing laundry, aren't you? If you wanted some mecha, you're welcome, doll. Oh my god, Beck! You're doing it! Oh, that's so cute. Oh my goodness. Beck, we'll do this as a practice. So double, we all hide, and then we all hunt. So you can practice some drawing in here. Krusty, ha! Abby, that's so funny. Wait, perfect, Kyle. I know, Prom, how cute is she? She's actually so darling. A little Pookie. Ooh, new map. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, shit. Sorry. The new map is my face. New map's my face, guys. Mimi. Oh. Tammy, boot up. Boot up on the thing. On the thingy, my bob. When are you off this week? So I'll definitely do more Mecca this week. Oh my god, Riker. No, I'm proud of you. I've done laundry as well. I've been so behind. We have the sponsor in 19 minutes? Wait, speed fold in 19 minutes, Striker. You got this. Wait, should I be dong before the sponsor? No, lock in. Wait, is she peeking? I gotta give her a sponge bath after stream. Poor little honey not cleaning herself. Oh my god. Oh, Striker, you got a lot to fold, babe. Hold my beer. Oh, what is this? Hello? Guys, everyone gets a sponge bath tonight. Hold. Oh my god, Mimi, poor thing. I really gotta give her a bath. Girl. Girl. I'm not ready. 5. 5, Beck. You're doing the most. I did. Cass, I had the exact book you're talking about. Cherry Blossom Soap? Of course. Did we all panic? Because I think we all panicked. I think there's too much to cook on here. It's giving mummy. Also, guys, a bit later we can do Mecca and Fort. So, say if I want to switch, we can do some Fort as well. Hi, Caleb, mommy. Dragonology. I used to love that. Book weeks were so good. Fortnite Battle Pass. Where are you? I didn't cook with this map. It's new. I'm a new guy. Caleb, how are you? Oh, nice. Real good. Watch your profanity. New map, who dis? Extracting a Sprite feels so nerve-wracking. I love it. What's the OG season like? Oh, we're eating good tonight. I didn't know if people would be keen for Fort, to be honest, but I was like, it'd be something nice and chill. Caleb! How was it? How'd you do? Tell me everything. Who am I missing? Henry? I can't hear them. What type of questions do you have in there? Burrito.
Thank you for the sub.
I appreciate you.
Put your ass away,
Julia!
child!
Hello!
Axeltera just subscribed.
Julia!
Before I speak,
You know it's
are we
late.
in Spawn Time RN? Are we Wicked Wing Enid RN?
We are sponsored in 15 minutes by KFC. It is true. Julia, hello. Hello. Guys, if you want to join us for Mecca, you're more than welcome. How are you? How is Power Wash Sim? I love when I get raided by Julia at this time. I'm like, girl stayed up late. What were you doing before Power Wash? Were you doing something to keep you up? Or maybe it's not that early. No, it is. It's only 5 p.m. for me on a Tuesday. Thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate you. If you need a raid run, I totally understand as well. We were playing Peak and with Power Wash. Oh, nice. My favorite mods here, guys. Julia has slaved day in and day out to mod my channel. They're here every stream. They've made every command. That's my mod. Guys, that's my mod. Maddie, sure. Axel, thank you for 28. We are sponsored in 15, guys. If you do want to join, you're more than welcome. It is Wicked, server name Wing, to play, hence my sponsor. And we're just chilling. Everyone's welcome, no matter what your skill level is. We have fun here. We have fun here. Hi, Emma. How are you, doll? That's not me. Striker. That's a lie. I'm joking. Flotto, hello. Shroom, hello. How are you? Rat, hello. If you are new here, my name is Carla. I'm an Aussie full-time streamer and ambassador. And we have been sponsored by KFC this month. So we've been doing a stream a week. And it's really great. I'm very, very grateful. I have a sick kitty on my lap. She's being very cute. This is Mimi. This is Mimi, girl. She is here with you. We are relaxing together. Yeah. Axel, get in. Chuns, as for Community Fortnite, I'm not sure we'll have enough to do community. But, you know, if we plan it for a day where people are down, definitely down to do community. Because we used to all the time. Flatmate, I can't accept that. Technically, you said nothing wrong, but we're too close to the sponsor. I have auto mod on for the sponsor, guys. And I'm usually pretty crass, I won't lie to you, and crude. No, don't say sorry, Farman, you're okay. And for this sponsor, we have to do auto mod level 2. And the Aussie way. Any Aussies from Julia, by the way? And yeah, the auto mod picks up stuff, and it's so funny because I'll respond to the message, but I won't approve it, and it's hilarious during the sponsor because I'm like, guys, come on, lock in. Wait, Brizzy? Wait, Stormy as well. Kiwi, my mum's Kiwi. Cute. Kyle, Chris. I love how Chris in Vegas goes, I'm Aussie. Girl, please. Anyway, you can all join if you like, guys. Get him! Perfect interpretation. So silly. I love it though. You made me laugh. Do it. But you guys, if you are in, I'm going to say this again a million times. But if you are in Australia, I'm sponsored by KFC Australia. Get the app. Every day there's a new deal. Today's deal is 10 Wicked Wings for $10. Pick up only, but Mummy's getting some Wicked Wings after stream. Okay. Wait, is it 15 or 10? No way, really? Hold. Actually, I won't do it. I'll unwrap on during my stream. Yeah, I'm sponsored by KFC Australia. So you can check what your country's doing if you get their app, but I'm sponsored for KFC Australia. So I only know details for Aussies. I would devour a pot pie right now. Oh, 10 for 10. Oh. Guys, it's a Wicked Wing night. I've been eating my feelings. I'll keep it short and sweet for my new pals if you wonder what I'm talking about. But my kitty Mimers on my lap, she got diagnosed with cancer. She has a mass inside her nose. So we've just been keeping her comfy until it's time. And I've been definitely stress eating. I've been eating really bad. But you know what? Whatever makes me feel good. Hi Hi, Michael. How are you? You're amazing. No, that's okay, Sush. They change every day. It's easy to you know, it's easy to, you know, exactly. I did, also, guys from Julia, I didn't want to like drop that on you, but I wanted to give you a heads up because we do talk about it. So I didn't want you to be like, what's she talking about? But I appreciate you guys. You were the best. I just wanted to give you a little, heads up, I guess. You scale the wall, Beck. I'll show you. Also, you're amazing, Loeb. I love gaming with you. I'm so glad we're back to gaming. All right, lock in. That's okay, Doc. Thank you. Nippy, hello. DVD suit. I'm so excited for that. So, Beck, you go up to a wall and you jump with spacebar and then you scale up. And then to go into free cam, you press 5 and then 4. And then to get out of it 4 and then 5. Oh, Brit, I'm sorry. It's actually been like, can I say this? It's been really lovely hearing your stories, because I didn't, like, I think me being so ignorant and you don't really, like, you don't know until it happens, really. I didn't know it was a thing. I mean, obviously it is, but I just didn't think of it because she's 14 and she's been perfectly healthy all her life. And it was just like it was just a shock because I didn't even think of that being a thing. I thought she just had the flu and then we had scans done and stuff. Yeah, it's just crazy. It's just, you never know what's happening. Perfectly. Yes. Thank you for all the follows, guys. You're so lovely. Pull out the popcorn chicken. Oh, yeah. Where is it? Oh, it's over there. I had this photo of me, guys, when I'm like... God, I had no front teeth, so I don't know what age that is. But it's me with popcorn chicken, which is full circle. I found it the other day, and I was like, oh my god. Wait. I found this, and I was like, full circle spawn. I didn't have my front teeth. I was just enjoying my popcorn chicken and my mousse, and I was having a great time. Don't talk to me. You know what I mean? Don't talk to me. I'm busy. How cute. I saw that, and I was like, wait, I'm sponsored with them now. How cute. Yeah, right? Isn't that cute? I love it. Okay, this is not my finest work, but we're doing it because I'm just talking.
Thank you for the sub.
Put your ass
the KFC
away,
spawn
child.
is destiny. I know.
Mulcary just subscribed.
Look the
W's
same.
in the
I
chat
just
for
have some teeth
KFC
now,
Oz.
right? Mulcary, thank you for 64. I appreciate you. Thank you, doll. How are you? Oh my god. Mamma mia. That is a big resub. I appreciate that. Thank you. That's not my finest work. Oh, I still love popcorn chicken. It was great. It was great when you're with your cousins or your siblings. And you get a little treat. That box was just perfect in every way. That's a crazy spot by me. No regrets. It's good, Mulcary. Just doing a little, you know, 1-2. I feel like Mecha's a great game to play with the spawn. We can do some Fortnite later as well. Oh my god. Wait, there was something that KFC used to have back in the day. I don't remember the name of it, but it was kind of like a mini wrap. And it was good. But it wasn't like a big wrap, it was like a snack thing. And there wasn't many ingredients on it. I have 2 older sisters. Sammy! Wait, why are all my pals awake?
Put your ass away, child.
What the hell?
Hanks to girl just
No,
subscribed.
Cass is from KFC.
My Shayla live. We're winning.
We're winning! Thank you for 50. Okay, flex. Wait, what time is it? Why do I keep thinking it's later than it is for Sammy? Bello! Sammy, you trying to play some mecha, babe? Imagine. I'm joking. I'm joking. Little cheeky 2 a.m. Oh, it's great spot. Thank you, Kyle. No, I can't. No, she can't, guys. She can't. She can't. She can't draw herself into a box of KFC Wicked Wings. 10 for 10, by the way. No, I'm kidding. The sponsor starts in 4 minutes. I'll be quiet until then. I get too excited. Guys, you're more than welcome to if you would like to play. Server is Wicked, password wing. No pressure, as always, but everyone is welcome. Not worth that attitude. Holding on to your jorts. Thank you for the resub. Oh, I appreciate that. I'm rusty. Oh, very nice. Stunning, actually. Did Beck pop off? Not surprised. If KFC ever joins my chat, we have to show them the photo. Beef, you're making me hungry. Oh my god. Also, thank you for the raid, Julia. It's so nice to see everyone. Also, feel free if you don't like to yap. I totally respect and love the lurkers, but if you love to yap, well, I would love to yap with you. You can't stop me. You're here. You're here. Oh my god, right? Yeah. Do it. Hi Lee. Mecha chameleon. I'll probably mute my my alerts just to be safe. They're fine. They're just a little bit funky, you know? Beck, I'm so proud of you already. Where the hell are you? Yeah, guys, you have to treat yourself. Hi, guys. How are you? Yeah, I put the VOD of me streaming on my phone on YouTube because I was like, we have to have that live forever. My tatas. I'm so surprised I'm seeing you guys. I should do afternoon streams more often. I thought it was a weird time where a lot of people were asleep. Oh, nice. Oh, underneath the car? Where's everyone? Oh, Beck. Oh, babe. Proud. Proud. Hi, Liz. How are you, doll? Is it hot in here or is it just this beautiful Christmas sweater? Guys, proud of you. Rah! So back. Lightning in a bottle. Which I appreciate you. I was gonna say rat. Anytime someone has rat in their name, which I love by the way, I'm like, I feel bad being like, thanks rat, see you later. But no, I do appreciate you. Nerdy right? So many people call me rat. I love it. Okay, as long as it brings you joy. That makes me happy. All right, guys. Do you see? Oh, there we go. Do you see the skin on my channel? Yippee! All right, all right. Order in the court. Order in the court. Thank you to KFC for sponsoring this segment of the stream. I'm very, very excited. It is Christmas in July at KFC. 'Tis the seasonings. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Every day you get a new deal on your app to unlock. So for example, download the app. You go to the app. Let me get it. I'm really excited. Let me do full cam. Hello. And you unwrap the deal. Swipe to unwrap. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm unwrapping it. And today's deal honestly gets me very excited. Because if you know anything about me, you know I love a Wicked Wing. Today's deal is 10 Wicked Wings for $10. Don't walk. Run. Because it's pickup only. And you have until 10 p.m. Maximum 1 redeem per user every day. We love a deal. Honestly, to speak candidly, the deals you get every day are incredible value for money. So it's perfect if you want to walk to grab lunch, if you want to pick up some dinner with the babe, bring home some Wicked Wings to your babe. I'll be getting my Wicked Wings after stream. I'm very excited. Oh no, Dylan. Oh no, would be a shame. Would be a shame. Today's deal is 10 Wicked Wings for $10 hairs. 10 for 10 until 10 p.m. Wait, Maddie. Do you want to do the sponsor? I'll leave. I'll leave. You know what? Wait. Ordering from my personal and work phone. Wait. I love Wicked Wings. You guys, you know what? The only downside about this sponsor is me being absolutely feral for chicken the whole time. And me waiting until after my stream to pick it up. Beam! Maddie, you are up, doll. It's your stream now. But yes, download the KFC app. You can see a new deal every day. Oh, and the KFC has arrived, guys. This is what you could get today. Maddie's so fair. Yep. I'll do arrangements. I'll do arrangements. No, it is a good deal burrito. I know. Every time we do the spawn with KFC, because I'm lucky enough to be sponsored every week for a month, everyone goes into chicken. It's so funny. Okay, let's cook, guys. Let's do it. I wanted to do that new map. It was a repo map that I wanted to try. Because it looks very interesting and I need it. There's not. Beef, I wish. 10 for 10 until 10 p.m. Honestly, every day I check the app and the deals are so good. Like, too good. Spread the word. KFC map when? I know, we need it. All right, we're going to go to repo, guys. So if you don't have it, you'll just have to press download, but it'll be worth it. 6, 7. Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier is I can't help it, but at the moment I am having a lot of my favorite comfort food. Or like I made chicken fajitas the other night, and then the other night I made something else. But tonight will have to be KFC because I need those Wicked Wings. I want KFC now, but I'm going after dinner. Cancel the dinner, Georgie! No, I'm joking. Need to learn to teleport right now. I agree, Josh. You know what else is worth it? Downloading the KFC app today. No, genuinely. Genuinely worth it. It's cool because you can unwrap it every day. And there's a new deal every day as well. So every deal was limited to the day until 10 p.m. And it's really fun. Little treat. It's kind of like a little fun treat every day. I love it. I need chicken more than I need air. I'm famished. It runs in my veins. The excellent use of that emote, by the way. Yeah, so these deals are pickup only until 10 p.m. So keep that in mind. But it is worth the pickup. I won't lie to you. They're all so affordable that it is worth the pickup. King of Connections at KFC. Bring back hot rods. Oh, stop it. Oh my God. Love. I kind of want to be invited to a Christmas party so I can wear this. Stormy, I'm sorry, doll. I will go there for you and hand deliver the 10 Wicked Wings. I'm sorry to hear that. 10 p.m. treat o'clock. Yeah. Wait. You have hot rods over there? Or across there? 10 p.m. treat o'clock. Stormy, imagine me dressed as the Colonel. You knock on the door. Actually, I somehow let myself in. I don't know whether you're in your bedroom, the lounge room, or an office, but wherever you are right now, you hear a faint knock at the door. You hear. And you go, come in, who's there? And then I open the door and I'm dressed as the Colonel. And I don't know what he sounds like, but I assume he sounds like this. Hey, hey, it's me, the Colonel. I have a good deal for you for Christmas in July, KFC. Here's some wicked wings, and good luck with your recovery on your knee. And then I vanish. Just think of that. Stormy. Me picturing me road tripping up to do that. What? Take me with you, Mo. Take me with you, Mo. Take me with you. Colonel Santa, Colonel Carla. I want to low-key. I don't think I'll have time with everything going on, but I really want to dress up as the Colonel. If I looked out the peephole and the Colonel was there, I'd pass out. But what if it was me, though? What if it was me, sweetie? It would be different. Whoa, look. We're in Repo. Oh my god, floral. Wait. Good idea. This just reminds me of Tammy, this map. The Cardinal. This might be, oh my god. Stop it, he's here? Who invited this guy? Maybe not as quite scary. Although, to be honest, in the dead of night, hearing me go, hey guys, Christmas in July. Oh, that's me, sorry. Well, I love your coat. Where do I want to hide? This is interesting. Hi, Mimi. Okay. I gotta give little Miss Mimi a bath later. I know, I want it. If I could get it in time, I would love to do it. I have to get approval, but I would love to surprise you with that. Imagine not knowing I'm gonna do it, and I just show up. God. I would suit a white suit. I don't know where I'm hiding, guys. This is crazy. KFC dating sim when I actually really wanted to play that. Darker. Too dark. Yeah, this map is a bit too big, my bad. Ooh, that's kind of funky fresh.
Thank you for the sub.
Oop. Scabs, hello. That was a close one. Ooh, wait, I think I popped off. Kind of. Scabs, hello. Ooh, a light fixture. Good idea, good idea. Slug as well, hello. 60 months, 5 years, Scabs. That's my god. Thank you so much. How are you? Sorry, I forgot to mute my alerts. Put your bottom away, child. Oh, whoa, you can go in here? Oh, God. I fear. I fear. If I can find one person, I'll be stoked. Let's see. Oh, God. This is a hard one. Oh, what's this? Great, excellent, excellent. Oh, nice. Are you still drawing? You know what? I'm gonna leave you to finish that. How about that? Whoa, this is Oh, someone is definitely in here, I reckon. I'm gonna throw them off scent by... Yep, keep going, sweetie. Don't stop. I want to see that. I want to see it grow. New mod founder. What does that mean? Oh my god, Skeps, you have so many badges. I love it. It's like, I love collecting badges. How'd you get the mod badge? That's pretty. Is that like modding at a certain time? Oh, cool. Guys, badges for me are like trinkets. That's why I love that the creators can make their own badges now. Oh, cute. Why did that scare me again? My heart skipped a little beat. KFC badge when? Oh, that'd be amazing. I want KFC to come in and say hello. We need that biblically. I have things to say to them. Ooh, is someone behind this wall? Jules loved it. Someone has to be around here, surely. KFC Carla. Seb, are you in here? Oh, you so are. Someone's here. Unless I'm wrong, but that whistle was here. Skeps, yum. Yeah, this map is big. Now, excuse me. Someone's here. Show yourself. Oh my god. I love how Beck just downloaded this game and she went, bet. I'm so proud of you. Oh my god. I love it. Beck was like, oh my god, I haven't played, guys. I'm gonna be so bad. Proceeds to win 2 rounds in a row. Oh my god. Alright, we won't do that map. Guys, it's that time again. Because you know I can't stop talking about it. Thank you to KFC for sponsoring this segment. It's been an absolute pleasure to be sponsored by you. It's sentimental in my family, okay? We used to do a lot of things together surrounded by KFC. So I really appreciate it. Download the KFC app today, guys. They're doing Christmas in July. Amazing deals every single day. Unwrap a new deal every day. Super, super exciting. I personally unwrap it every day and tell everyone around me until they go, Carla, we literally already had it. I'm like, well, again, today's deal is 10 Wicked Wings for $10 dues, which is absolutely amazing. Every single day. 'Tis the seasoning, guys. Michael, yes. Yeah, there was 5 of us. Important things to know though is the deal is 10 p.m. every day. So keep that in mind. It is pickup only. and it's maximum 1 redemption per user per day. So you can use it once per day, but there's a new deal every day. So amazing. It's like getting a little Prezi. And all the deals are really, really affordable, and you get a lot of bang for your buck. A lot of cluck for your buck. I'm joking. 10 for 10 till 10 p.m. Yes. And Wicked Wings are my favorite. So Mimi, guess what you and I are going to be having after stream? Wicked Wings. Very excited. Oh my god, Burrito, yes. You want to do that map again with more time? Gonna wipe my little baby's nose. 10 for 10 till 10 p.m. What's this? Wait, is this an old KFC ad? Oh my god, wait. Stop it. Stop. Wow.
How do you get the whole family seated at the same table at the same time? My favorite feast.
9 pieces of chicken, a regular pack of popcorn chicken, and a heap of sides. KFC's Favorites Feast.
With all of my tasty favorites.
Wait, I love you. I love you, KFC. I don't care. I love it. Hi, Luxie. How are you, doll? God, it is warm, Mimi. You are boiling. Should I get you some AC on? I might just quickly get the AC on. Did someone say KFC? I'll put the AC on. Let's do 300 to search. Okay. I love that emote, by the way. I'm gonna do big. 10 for 10 until 10 p.m. Mean girl. Okay, I'm gonna quickly just put the AC on. Mimi, do you have anything to say to your fans? I couldn't have said it better myself, babe. Couldn't have said it better myself. Okay. You know it's serious, Liz, when I'm putting the AC on in winter. It's so hot in here. Must be, maybe Mimi on my lap and the PC and my beautiful sweater. Alright, what do I want to do here? Mimi, we're getting KFC tonight, babe. You and me. You and me. I don't know what I want to do here. You, me, and KFC. I don't care. I love how this is my 3rd sponsor with them, and I'm still grateful and shocked that I am sponsored with them. It's so cool. Paigey, thank you for 43. Wow. I appreciate that. How are you? Deserve. Thanks, guys. It's really exciting. Can I do something over here? Okay, not my best work, but... plenty more to come! Very grateful. It's been so much fun. I haven't said anything except for the bloopers. But did you smirk at least once with that draft I sent you? I can't wait for you to see the bloopers. They're so it's a whole moment. Oh. Paigey. Uh-oh. I can't wait for you guys to see this. It is absolutely diabolical. Thanks, Maddie. It was so nice to chat. I appreciate you. Savannah, I should have done that. You're cooler than me. What do you suggest? Well, you're getting the 10 Wicked Wings, right? Gotta get the Wicked Wing. Gotta get the deal. I love the coleslaw so much. And I always dip my dinner roll in potato and gravy as well. Oh, so good. I know Tammy's gonna absolutely wreck me on this map. Wait, Tammy, I should draw myself as the clown. I love the coleslaw so much. I always have Wicked Wings in my order with coleslaw, so it's a miracle that the deal is Wicked Wings today. I need this. Oh, Paige. Guys, we're just making each other hungry. Cole Slay. Any Coles in chat right now? This is a hard one. They're right above me, aren't they? It's 9 AM, but man, I'm craving chicken. Nina, I'm so sorry. How are you, doll? We should do like a normal map after this. Cleanse our palate. I have to get better at the Egyptian map. The Egypt map. Oh god, someone's in here. I'm going crazy. Mickey! How's class? If you're hungry, have you tried ordering out? I hear KFC has a new deal every day. Oh my god, pizza, thank you for telling me that. Guys! Christmas in July. KFC pickup only deals. Download the app and unwrap your treat today. 10 Wicked Wings for $10 is today's treat. I'm very excited. 10 for 10 until 10 p.m. That's our new slogan we created. Loving it. Pickup only, like I said, and max 1 redeem per user per day. Very excited. Very hungry. Dude, I know. My tummy is absolutely growling. Oh boy. Guys, I can't find anyone. I'm so proud of Beck. I don't know where anyone is. I'm hearing the whistles, but I can't see them. Okay, so someone's here. But where? Are they at a light? Are they... Guys, someone's here. Are they in here? Oh yeah, Savannah. It's just the right amount. Savannah, it's perfect. Yeah, Nikki! We've been having a weekly sponsor to celebrate their Christmas in July. This is our 3rd one out of 4. So much fun. So grateful. Stunning work by KFC. Nikki, why have a zinger when you can get 10 Wicked Wings for $10? Sorry. I'm so hungry. I'm so excited to pick it up. I need this. Mimi needs this. Hashtag ad. Oh, sad, nice. Iconic. Who's over here? Jules. Oh, wow. No, that's okay, Axel. Hope you're okay. I'm so proud of all of you. Oh my god. Alright, we're gonna do a normal map because I really need to try Egypt again. Depends on... if I can answer it, I will, Nerdy. I'm pretty sure I can answer anything you have. If I can't, then I can answer after the spawn. But if it's about the sponsor, you know, don't see why not. The museum, I really got to do... Oh, wait, guys. I did casino. I haven't tried it, though. I don't know if it's good. But we should try the casino. Oh, Savannah. I'm dreaming of it. I'm dreaming of it. I'm very excited. I need it. Desperately. Lady Luck. Crystal! Hello! Thank you for the raid. Hello, hello. No, it's okay. Nerdy, no. No, it's not like a per download thing. No. But a part of it is encouraging for the app, which, I mean, you get a good deal. You have to see, you have to get the app to get the deals, to see what deal you have, and it makes it fun to unwrap it. But I would have mentioned that if it was a part of it. I'm very transparent in letting you guys know everything. Yeah. It is, Spuds. It's for KFC Australia. Crystal, how was your stream? What were you playing? Hello, hello. But no, feel free to ask any questions. You're more than welcome to ask a question. It's a good question, honestly, because usually I do have a link for people to click if it's something that helps me. But seeing how supportive everyone has been in downloading it is so lovely. So I really appreciate it. And also, people have been posting their photos in the Discord of them getting their deal, which is so cool to see. No, that's okay, Nody. But Spuds, hello, how are you? Gamba. This might be a really big map, but I wanna see. I need to have a look. I need to see. And then I'm thinking about playing a little bit of Fortnite after Mecca. If I want to, I might still be in my Mecca arc. I do want to play more Fortnite in general because I kind of have an itch at the moment. Purely for the emotes, I think. And my skin at the moment. I'm a giant lizard. Perfect. Check your obviously I only know stuff about my country and like Australian KFC, but if you're not from Oz, guys, and you're here, feel free to check out if they're doing a Christmas in July thing as well. I just don't have info for you on that one. It's been fun. I only played a couple of games, but I had a good time. Someone was sneaking up to me when I was trying to extract, and I got him. And they had a level 3 super rare Sprite, and it was amazing. But yes, very excited. I'm excited to be back. Yoink. I know. I don't even know how to use the sprites, but They're really fun to find. Alright, I have no idea. I've never played this map. So we're all gonna be confused. Oh wait, is this the one I'm thinking of? Because it was huge. Oh shoot, I remember this one. Oh hell. I forgot we did play this one. Oh boy, okay. New sprites. Oh shoot. Wait, guys, hear me out. Hit me. Emily at the blackjack table? Okay. On my way. Hi, Em. Hello, doll. Oh, I'm very metallic. Oh, I'm shiny. Okay. Now, this makes no sense. Just stay with me. I got my weird dress on tonight. Wait, she looks gorgeous, guys. Just hold. I gotta do her back, and then I gotta... I love her! It's in her KFC dress. Got a gold necklace on? That's my girl. I personally love her. I know she's a big spender. Look at her! Look at her! Yeah, Liz, what oil is she using? She's doing amazing. Oh. Alright guys, lock in. Liz, I reread that as giving jaundice. Oh, that's so good. Okay, Cleve. I mean, a little. Hey, hang on. She looks so... Why am I on the table? Why am I on the table? Why am I on the table? She said all in. Oh no. Oh, great. Emily's gone rogue. Now. I hear you whistling. At least someone's not on the light. Surely. actually get out of her chair. She's just having so much fun, I think. Surely someone's in that lamp. In that light, rather. I don't know where they are. I hear the whistles. Oh my god. It's right in front of me, isn't it? I know, Nerdy. It's good to have you. What a treat. Hi, Jared. I don't care. I love it. I'm so rusty. How are you, doll? Good to see you. Where are they? 10 for 10 until 10 p.m. Guys, if you're just coming in, hello. We are sponsored by KFC today. Thank you so much, KFC. Download the KFC app now to get access to your daily deals as a part of their Christmas in July promotion running every day in July. Today's deal is 10 Wicked Wings for $10, my favorite. I'm very excited. Pick up only until 10 p.m. 1 redeem per user per day. Go get your wings. And take photos. I can't wait to have mine. I'm so hungry. I have it, Em. I've been having it. What? Don't make me sing. Jaren, how are you, doll? Guys, someone's at my feet. Thank you, little ponytail action today. Nice. I was going a bit crazy. Proceed to look at ceiling. This place is big. I keep picking the worst maps. Huge building. Oh, nice. Nice. Very well done. Axel nearly won. Okay, Snipe. Liz, what game have you been playing? Have you been playing Fort? Axel, love? Who was over here? Because I heard you. Or was that Sen? Oh, wow, Jules. Yep. You got me, girl. Beck! I love how sneaky Beck's been. I love, and it's so cute because Beck literally was like, oh, I'll download it, but I don't know how to play, guys, so. Proceeds to just kill it. Love it. All right, let's do. Let's do art museum. I like this one. Burrito, I would love to have you. I have, Floral, I have. Are there newer ones or is it the ones that came in recently? Either way, love them. Love them. Oh my god. Spud, you're so loved. I'm so glad you had a beautiful time and you got spoiled. Beck, no! See if you can join back. Elise, hello! That's such a cute emote. Burrito, yeah! Twinning! I'm very excited. Oh my goodness, I feel a little bit delirious, I do. You don't realize how much, like, you didn't have a good sleep until it hits you the next night, where you're like, oh my god, I didn't sleep well at all. Oh, Abby, I hope you feel better, doll. Thank you so much for your support. I appreciate you. Let's get some energy in here. Not you, the music. Yeah. Yeah. I noticed my eyes just then were like burning a little bit. And I was like, oh god. Ouchies. Because this little one was unsettled last night, poor thing. And I just, yeah, I couldn't sleep because she was so unsettled. Poor little cutie pie. Me right now? No, what time is it for you? True, Jaram. True. $1 a.m. Oh no. I think I woke up every hour last night. There was a time. Two things, by the way. I never used to need to get up in the middle of the night to go to the toilet. But something changed when I turned 30. I don't know. Sorry. So I would wake up to Mimi like struggling to breathe, poor thing, through her nose. And then I go, oh, I gotta go to the toilet. Go to the toilet. Wipe her face. Like, give her pats. Go back to sleep. Wake up. And just repeat it for like every hour. I'm like, what's going on? How much water did I have? Almost 3. Oh my god. I'm actually surprised to see so many of you today, guys. Thank you so much. Means the absolute world to me. Thank you. I'm keen to see a little bit of Fort as well. Originally, I mean, you never know with me, but originally I was going to do like a long stream and finish at like 3 a.m. But I actually, oh Mimi, your nose. I have to do some more research for Little Miss as well. Because in the Discord I have shared it, but basically in a nice way and the most positive way, this might be Little Miss's last week with me. So doing all the prep for that and everything and keeping her as comfortable as I can. While also trying to get some sleep and stream and do everything I need to do to stay afloat as well. So I'm just basically going to do what I can every day. Yeah, I don't know the plan yet. I'll book the plan. I'll book everything like today, tomorrow, so I can tell you what's happening. But even I don't know. I'm just kind of like taking it every day, every minute, really, every hour. Hannah, thank you for tier 253. Sorry, I was yapping. Thanks, guys. I appreciate you. She's on my lap. So she's with us. So So yeah, that's why this week I had a big plan for streams this week. And I still might have a big stream, but everything kind of changed this morning. I had the realization. And so yeah, I don't know what this week's going to be, which obviously I hate. I'm a planner. I love streaming every day, but I don't know what I'm doing every day. So it's just going to be see how it is every day type of thing. Just take it day by day. But I'm glad I got to do today. Server name is Wicked. Password is Wing. Thank you guys. I appreciate you so much. I really, really do. She's been on my bloody lap all afternoon, and I had my little moment. I was watching some videos and just getting like educated on it because I've never thought I would really experience it, which is so silly because obviously, you know, but oh, should I do a Wicked Wing? Pizza, exactly. Guys, I know, by the way, I am giving you like information while also being sponsored, but honestly, thank you to KFC so much because they gave me the motivation to be live today because I'm so grateful to be sponsored. Because to be honest, if I didn't have this locked in, I probably would have been crying in bed all night. So if anything, it's a little bit of a positive that KFC has brought us together tonight to do a little stream, which I'm very grateful for. Yeah. Very, very grateful. Bro, I can't be banned with that word. Although I can say other words. Imagine. Sorry, KFC. Someone banned my word. I can't. I know, Zoe, exactly. I gotta sneeze. Pardon me. Flesh. Thank you, my loves. Oh my god, yum. Yum yum. Good stuff. No, but seriously, thank you for supporting the sponsor, guys. It means a lot to me during this time as well. And thank you for all your kind words in Discord. Being here for Mimi and I. She's honestly been a part of the stream for years, and I know you all adore her, so it's been very, very lovely. And I appreciate you guys. You're the best. You are the very best. Okay, I need to do this, but I don't think I have time. Oh god. Oh god. Oh, poor Mimi. Oh. Oh. Hannah, cute. And also John, hello. If you've just come in, guys, we are on the tail end of our sponsor, but I would love for another time. I know I'm a broken record, but I mean, what a time. It's Christmas in July. 'Tis the seasoning. Thank you to KFC for sponsoring this segment today. I'm very grateful. It is Christmas in July over at KFC, guys, for a whole month. So every day you get to unwrap a new deal. Today's deal is 10 Wicked Wings for $10, which is very exciting. They're my favorite. Pickup only. And you have until 10 p.m. So we've been saying 10 for 10 until 10 p.m. because we are the best. And it's 1 redeem per user per day. So keep that in mind as well. But grab the app, guys. Download it. Put it on your phone. Get your deals. Take photos of it if you get it. I'm so excited to eat Wicked Wings. I need this. I need this so desperately. Mia needs it. Oh, hun. Poor nose. I mean, yeah, it's perfect. It works raw. Because we don't get cold Christmases usually. So we get a little treat. Someone's here. I would like a wing. I would like a wing. I would like a wing from KFC. Oh my god. Someone's here. And yet I can't find them. Where is everybody? That's so cute, Hannah. Aww, they're so warm and cuddly and cute. Oh, nice, Beck. Do it, Teffa! I'm very excited to pick up my wings. Now, I feel like I'm not on my game today with Mecha. Velcro! Hello, doll. I'm sorry you had a weird day. Good to see you. Little mini night stream? Why not? I gotta keep an eye on the time. I gotta give little miss a little bath. I know they're here. But where? But where are they? Oh, yum, Velcro. Wait. Wait, we're cooking. We're cooking. Okay, you've all cooked immensely. Oh, Henry. Oh my god. Velcro, I can't believe so many people are awake. How exciting for me. We need this. Jules. Alright, let's do Egypt again because we need to practice this because what the hell. And then I will keep playing a little bit more, but if you're down for a fort cap, guys, before I go wash my baby, I'm down for some of that as well. Dora! Thanks, doll. I'm very grateful. Very, very grateful. Where can I go? Guys, we need a dub a day, I think. Is that crazy? Guys? Guys? Oh, okay, I'm back. Yeah, I'd like to see you find me now. What the hell? I would do that again. Get me in. This is my kind of map. Best hiding spot, guys. Doing tutorials. Okay, lock in, Carly. You're getting distracted. You have like a bone? Wait. Oh, wait, hang on. Okay, I'm buried though. I'm cooking, I'm cooking. I need another... Guys, how would they know? So hard. Okay. I'm just a barn. Nothing to see here. Oop. A barn. I went to go do a stim that you guys don't know about, but I might have to tell you. Even though you shouldn't tell people stims because they won't get the joke and then you just look like a fool. But this is the brand I've been using on Mia for her nose. And you know the BOGO's been I can't do it, but that's what our friends say. But Reese and I have been walking around the house going tushies. Anyway, and I was about to go tushies, and I was like, wait, they won't know what you're talking about. Shouldn't have said anything. It's not funny, but it's been my stim at the moment. Tushies. BOGO's been dead. Ooh, nice. I see you know your judo well. This map's cool, hey. I'm still learning it, so it's quite large and in charge. But it's cool. What the hell? I heard a whistle. Guys, I'm so not on my groove that whistling's happening and I can't stop. Touch these. Okay, so in the middle here. Which means someone's in this. Yes, okay. Chris! Great deals! Guys, the sponsor is about to skedaddle. No, KFC, come back! But Chris, thank you so much. Thank you, KFC, for sponsoring this segment. I really, really appreciate it. Love working with you guys. Great deals. Download the app, guys. Every day you get a new deal, a part of their Christmas in July month, which is really cool. Today's deal is 10 Wicked Wings for 10 doll hairs. I will be picking that up after stream. It is pickup only. Oh, that's so clever. 1 redeem per user per day. And until 10 PM. Yippee! So great. Wait, Chris, run some duos with me. KFC! My goats! Cass! Cass, luckily I have auto mod. Too soon. Cass, what if that auto mod didn't... What if auto mod didn't capture that? Cass really said I'm getting every word out of my system. Oh, Georgie. I gotta give Mimi a bath. She loves it though. Guys, did you cop your Neat Dude drop today? How exciting. Guys. Extend the leg. Where are you? Oh, yeah. Very nice. I'm actually... not seeing everyone. Wait, Axel, I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. Yeah! Chris, I will be wishing you 2 birthdays, because it's your birthday tomorrow for me. So you'll be getting 2 birthday wishes from me. It's just the way it goes. I remember wishing Shan a Aussie birthday. Like, I was like, happy Aussie birthday! And she responds with, thanks, but I thought that said autism birthday. I was like, girl, I did not say that. They're right in front of me, aren't they? You excited? What are you doing for your birthday, Chris? Where are you? I gotta get a shirt on. Aww. Where were you guys? Ooh, nice. Okay. Alright, let me put a shirt on. It's a secret. Doing nothing. Alright, Mimi, can you keep them company? I'm just gonna change my shirt. Merry Christmas in July! Okay, I'll do a couple more because we have to. And then I'll do a little fort cap before I skedaddle. Because I gotta get some food. I have to give Mimi Go a bath. You don't realize how much your cat cleans themselves until they stop cleaning themselves. Alright, let me put on a shirt. Hey, hun. Okay. Oi. Okay. I'll be back. Miss, what you got to say? She literally jumped off the seat when I walked back in and flopped for belly rubs. Yeah. Oh, I haven't seen her do that before. She's that's new. She's licking her paw. Wow, that's the first time she's done that. She's licking her paw and aggressively rubbing it over her nose. Like, I wipe it myself fairly often. Like, I went through 100 pack of baby wipes. But I've never seen her do it to herself. She must be really uncomfortable. She was literally just wiping her nose. Probably giving it a scratch too. Okay. Thank you, Henry. Thank you so much for, oh my god. Garfield. That's really good. Ooh, oh jeez. Good night, Henry. I appreciate you. Thank you for joining the sorry, my brain. The sponsored stream. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you. It means a lot, guys, because, you know, with everything going on, I was feeling quite non-verbal today. Obviously. And KFC was my push to get on, because I was like, oh god, like, just kind of want to hide, you know? But it was so great, and I appreciate you joining for it as well too, guys. It's very lovely of you. I am going to try and stream as much as I can this week. Whether it be small ones, doesn't matter. But I know you guys understand as well, and I'm trying to be better with it for myself too, because you know how easy I just beat myself up. I know that if there's a day where I don't stream, it is what it is. And I know that I'll be back into my routine very soon, and I just have to do what's right at the moment. And I know you guys get it. My brain is honestly just so scattered right now. It's crazy. Thanks, Jared. You guys are the best. Even during the sponsor, because I know all the details. Yeah, I know all the details obviously very well. And it came a point where I remember I had a blank, like I blanked out. Because my brain is just not really operating at its usual capacity. Can I go in here? No. Thanks, Sully. Yeah, I said that to myself before because I was like, just beating myself up as I do. And I literally was like, girl, you're going through a lot. Like, why are you being so mean to yourself? Like, if I chose to have the whole week off, even though that's scary, that's valid. Like, what? Why are you beating yourself up? So silly. I know, I'm trying. I'm trying! I will. Hopefully I get some sleep tonight. That will help. Because I haven't been sleeping. And that doesn't make it easy when, like... Oh, you know what I realized too? I was talking to Granny about this earlier. I was like, girl, I haven't been sleeping. And obviously the stuff with me is going on and it's a big week. And I'm also going to be Shark Week on the same day where I think it's going to happen. And I'm like, oh boy, it's got to be a good one. It's going to be a crazy, crazy weekend. Yeah, I definitely will, I usually do sleep, but her nose has been so bad that it's been keeping me up even with earplugs. Poor thing. What would a friend, yeah, what would a friend say to me is a really good point. Oh. Oh god. Jesus Christ. No, my name's Carla. I'm joking. Oh, that's so sweet, Cass. That's okay. I think it'd be hard to do. But the thought is honestly like, sweet enough. That's very kind. Wait, I missed one. You know what? Yeah, I guess it does. I know, like, I've asked for tough love from my friends before. And sometimes I'm like, too tough, too tough, too tough. But sometimes you need it as well. I think Mum seeing her today kind of helped my thought process with it. Because I think I've been in denial. If I can keep it a buck. Thank you for my plushie and cookies, Cass. Delectable. You know I'm not myself when I can't find anyone in Mecca. Yeah. No, for sure. Because I watched this video. Now I want cookies as well, Zoe. Damn it. I was watching this video and it made me like feel better about it too. It was this vet. And it was saying... He was saying everything that I know, but it's just nice to hear it. And he was like, a lot of cases, especially with feline cancer, a lot of cases they could be so uncomfortable and their quality of life could be awful, but they still want to cuddle and they still want to eat. You know, that's what's been confusing me. Because I'm like, but she's eating. And it's like, yeah, babe, but breathing's difficult for her. Like, that's not comfortable, you know? And it makes me think of like, when I feel like crap, I still eat. You know, it's like, I can't keep being like, oh, she's eating. It's like, okay, babe. Yeah. Well, at least she's comfy for that aspect, you know? I keep forgetting about the mass. Spuds, of course. True, Chuns. Yeah. It's honestly, it's been exactly the same. And again, I'm really sorry. I don't want to like dump this on you guys. I'm trying to say it in like the most sensitive way I can without it being like triggering. But this is exactly how I felt with my stepdad a year ago. It's like the same feeling. Because I guess it's still in the realm of the big C. So I think it's just like... It's kind of like... I've been grieving her for a month. But not thinking about the worst. You know? When we got the news, it was kind of like... Ugh. A month, a bit too long. I'll say 2 weeks. But like, you know what I mean? Sush, I'm sorry, doll. You're amazing as well. I know a lot of us have gone through it as well. Whether it be an animal or a loved one, and you're doing the most. It's not an easy road. Hi, Delulu. Hawaii. Yeah, exactly, Savannah. Yeah. All my honks. Honks are so funny. Hi, Grades. How are you doing? True, Chuns. True. I guess people can always like pause or leave my stream. I just feel bad. I want to be like everyone's happy place. I nearly didn't find me. Oh my god. Thanks, Nye. That's really nice. Oh my god, nice spot. Holy crap. Working. I'm alright, doll. It's good to have a little stream with you guys. Oh, John, stop it. They're so cute. Where is it? Beck, you're too goated at this game. We need you in Twitch Rivals. I can't get to you, but I know that I looked right at you. Oh my god. Girl, that's so good. Oh, possum. Hope you're sleeping good too. Or were. Oh. Thank you, doll. That's very sweet. That's really lovely. I might play some Fort, guys. Thank you for playing. I appreciate you. I know some of you probably didn't want to play, but you guys showed up for my sponsor, which is very sweet. Thank you. No, it's very hard, Josh. Even I'm struggling. Aw, John, that's really sweet. Guys, you can't be nice to me. You have to be foul. That's so nice. Thank you. It was fun, Beck. You're so good at it. We'll definitely play more. So if I end up popping on tomorrow, I'll probably play a combination of games, including Mecha. So would love to have you whenever you want. Okay, fuck you, girl. That's crazy. Anyways, I hate you when you smell. Guys, I had a shower. What? Jules, have a good sleep, doll. The Colonel got Dylan. Yum, I'm so jealous. I can't wait to have some chicken after the stream. Guys, peep my fit. Thoughts? Oh, did I disconnect? Oh. Not you coming back to this, guys. That's so funny. You came back to Lizard. That's so funny. Oh, sorry guys. That's crazy. Yeah, so... Ooh, look at my sprites, guys. I've only literally played 2 games and I stole this sprite for someone. Let me know if it's good. I stole these 2 sprites from someone. It was very exciting. Bro's hitting that shit. Yeah. No, that's okay, Fartman. I'm happy. Look, I'm happy to have some hee-hee ha-has, you know? Neither do I. Like Liz, I don't know. All I know is I stole sprites. Those are very good, really. To the point where I don't even want to attack anyone. I just want to get sprite. I have a problem. Hee-hee ha-ha. No, we had a great stream week last week, guys. I was off my bar last week. I was cracking jokes left and right while being depressed on the inside. Don't worry. I mask so well. Words for days. What's the word today? Squid. Oh, I could find squid. Easy. I can find squid. I was on some goofy shit last week. And you know what? Good. Oh, I want Buzz so bad. Oh, I'm so sad I missed out on Buzz. Oh, come back to the store, Buzz. Oh, shoot. Mask. Okay, I need this. What is a sprite? I don't know. Guys, what's a sprite? Pushies. Oh my god, I loved annoying my friends. So great. Ooh, here's a extraction zone. Is that my drop song? Basically a coke deal. Nice. Someone's joining on me. Spawning on me. Sorry. Hey losers, come and get me. Aura Sprite. Ooh. I don't know anything about what's good, but I love it. It's Brittany, bitch. Hey guys. Don't touch me. E. Is it offline or something? What's this one? Oh, got you. Okay. I'm hacking the mainframe, guys. Feel like pure shit. There's no Sprite. Let's go over here. No, no. I'll do it after I handle Mimi stuff. She's kind of been, my whole world. Oh, shut. Sorry, guys. Oh, Dylan. God damn. My bad. Do it right now. Alright, guys. All good. I handled that with care and grace. What's this? Shock Rock. Now, what the hell is that? Color moaning max volume on my TV. Oh! Well, you know what? I got nothing, but they will rue the day. Ooh. Honestly, the good news is I know a few things I can do as well with the blood work. I've just been eating terribly. I've been having all my comfort foods. I've been cooking just a lot of comfort foods, which is fine, but I need to just eat a little better as well. And you know what? If I was sleeping, I'd be feeling better too. That combined with blood work, I'm gonna be a new gal. Just watch. Icon! That's so good. How are you? No, I know. I probably need both of those, Em. That's what my doctor said. Ooh. Ooh. Con, that's so funny. Like 10 minutes, I think. 10 min. Who's this? King Sprite. Shock Rock. What does a shock rock do? It just shocks people, I'm guessing. I don't know, I'll eat what I want kick lately. I mean, babes. I get you. How are you, doll? Sorry, I missed your message. Yeah, no. John, I'm very much someone who's always like, who will never give up comfort foods. I've always done that. Like, even when I've gone to the gym and I was eating slightly better. You cannot take my sweet treats away from me. I just know that it wouldn't hurt if I had some more fruit, for example. But no, you're not taking my comfort foods away from me. You can't. You will, if I am not having a slice of pizza, then I am not on this earth anymore. A double jump. Oh. Oh, quack snacks. What the hell? I can't. Yeah. Oh! Oh! Sorry. I know, John. Ooh, I see you there. I see you there, girl. I see you there, girlie. Ooh, fire sprite. Not interested. There is this. Daily limit. Yeah. Mia stole my lap. Oh my god, she is. I'm so used to her being on my lap that I don't feel it. I know, I'm so cute. Don't shoot me. I know, I am the same, Liz. I'm very much the same. Should I, extract them, guys? Probably, right? Yeah, alright. Ooh! Hit that shit! You know what else I've been doing lately? Another, like another stim. You know when people like whisper and they're trying to be sneaky and it's like in movies and they're like, don't do that, and I move them. I've been doing that without the hand. So I'll be like, I'm really hungry. And I'll be doing that around the house in public and I can't stop. Oh! Oh! Girl. It has to be a bot. What were you doing? Again, I shouldn't tell you these things I'm doing IRL because it's not funny unless you're in the moment. But I want to tell you anyway, just in case I say it. Because I keep going to be like, oh no. I'm like, girl, stop. Honestly, I have a problem, Sushi. Oh, is it a portable thing? Oh, a pulse scanner. Okay. Let's see who's around. Oh. I thought it was gonna fly. It didn't fly at all. Awkward. Oh, who's this? Who the hell is this man? Oh. Who's this lovely lady? Oh my god. Love a new bit. Dylan. You know what the worst one is? I can't even show you because I'll have to get into the zone. This one is really shitty. And then this one. Like that would be great. I would uninstall. Oh no, Stormy. What if I'm goated with the sauce now? With, thingamabobs. Wait, hold. Okay. But you didn't have to cut me off. I don't like that. Up and down that we were nothing. I know I love Cunty's, Cunty's. I love Cunty's Chris emote. I love Chris's Cunty emote. So good. John, hello. I can't help it that I have a little mosh. Exactly. John, thank you for 22.
John
Wait, the alerts are back.
Sorry.
Sorry.
You just subscribed.
Thank you.
Hi Pookie, miss you.
Hello, sweetheart. Can I equip you? Oh, there we go. So what does this do? Emoting or jamming replenishes shields. All right, baby. 1 minute. Mummy's busy. Whoa! Oh! Woo! 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 Everyone's around. Come back, you foul beast! Girl. Okay, he's zooming. Oh, you scared the shit out of me. Legendary, legendary, legendary. What are these boots? Oh, wow. Sorry. Wait, John, I need you. Hi, Noah. The sponsor was fun. How are you? I'm sorry you're not sleeping. What's the boss one? I can't look right now. I'm nervous. I'm sorry, I'm so distracted. Look at my big boots. Wait, I'm slaying, I think. Rift anomaly, what does this mean? Oh, friendly. Okay, let's get some juice. Ooh, the sprites are cute, aren't they? I'm so new to them, I don't really know what's going on. Beef, did I say that? Reload your shoddy. Oh, thanks, Pookie. Oh, wait. Good for you for giving it a shot, though. That's brave. But I don't have Zendaya's fun hat. I could never be her. Wait, I can play the piano? Someone's here. I fear the club can't handle me right now. Oh. Hey, babe. Oh. Why is she... Where is she? Where are you? Ooh. Run the squat. Run then squat with... Oh! Oh my god. Honey, I thought you said run the squat, sis. And I'm like, yeah, babe. Nebula, they will cash in on that for sure. I am calling it. All right. Ooh, tea. 4 people left. Hey, girl. Thanks, baby. Power enhanced. What do you have for me? Talk to me. Oh, really? Eb, I thought you went, "Aloo!" If you run, and I was like, "Aloo, thank you." But thank you. Don't you run. They are flying. They're faster than Ninja Blevins over there. I'm joking. Where are you going, sweetie? Oh, that was a shot. Girl. I know I have the boots. But what are these damn boots? But what's the OG season? Should I play? Oh wait, my one's better. Sorry. Come back. I'll play Fortnite. What's the OG? Oh, we should do an OG season. I'm guessing there's no sprites in there. Whee! Guys. Hey, losers. That's crazy. Ooh, do I have high ground? That would be sexy. Girl. Oh! Bailey Johnson, go to bed. Oh, it's Scooby-Doo. All right, well. Good news, guys. I got sprites that round. Let's look at my sprites, guys. I kind of popped off. The good news is we stayed calm. Are there snipers in OG? Talk to me. I come into my room. I hear moans. Yes. Oh my god, Vent. Are you telling me that I can get Twitch viewers stream promotion Rue right now? Well, what are Rue waiting for? Send me the viewers. I need that. 1,000. Hello, doll. How are you? I wonder if these bots ever hear someone say that and go, shit, I didn't plan this far ahead. Yes, viewers, come this way. I love Smarties. Guys, dance with me. Come on. Check me out. Compliment me, guys. I see you with the pickaxe. Come on. Hey, girls. Anyway, what do we have here? Oh, oh boy. Oh no. Good night, Noah. Hi, Schloat. Not toilet paper on throne. I have toilet paper. Neo tilted. Oh. You know what? I'll visit your dusty divot. I fucked it. Wait. No one's visited my dusty divot in years. I'll visit your dusty divot. Perfect. Alright, we're locking him. Nailed it. Guys. I'm good. Once I have my wicked wings, I'll be so back. Now the question is, will this burn me? And there you go. For science, we tested it out. What's the loot pool in here? Oh, the flint knock. Yep. Wait, the Britney song? Snail? That's cute as. They're rockets. They're rockets? I reckon you like our Smarties. Ooh, Jaren. I think it's wrong, if I'm honest with you. But it says on my Epic, it says, where does it say it actually? It used to say in your library. Does it not say it anymore? Someone's coming. Last time I checked, it was in the thousands. Click the 3 dots. Am I a boomer? Ah. 1600. But honestly, I think it's closer to 2.5. But you know what? Because does it transfer over? Because I played on PS4 before I synced everything over with Epic, so it has to be more than that. Oh, cute. Oh, they're labeled as rockets. That's interesting. I didn't know that. Learn something new every day. Only? That's pretty good. I think for me it goes DBD 7k, Fortnite 1600, but that's definitely a 2k. Rust with 600, and then I think Repo is next after that. I would love to know my Sims time. I wish I could find, like, it wasn't tracking back then. I do, it's just Carla. Thanks for checking, that's very sweet. I love how people still use my creator code, it's very sweet. Morning! How are you, doll? That's a lot though, Jaren. Prior to streaming, I definitely wouldn't have racked up that many hours. Like, that's a lot. Oh, Tammy. You were playing so much. Did you ever burn out on Faz? It does, honey. Thank you so much. That's so kind. I love bot fights in OG. Oh, I think he's real. But I love when there's actually a bot fight and they're literally just shooting into the air. Not even like aiming at each other. Oh, wait, true. WoW. You would probably be WoW, Faz, and then Repo, right? In terms of hours? Okay. I want a sniper. Hiccup. Can you not go up? Oh yeah, okay. Yo, sup? I'm just doing solos. Plus, I don't think I'll be on for much longer. But I wish you the best on your quest for duos. Whoa. I wish I started playing WoW back in the day. I feel like my brain just doesn't get it. But I also wish I was better with it. Oh, wow. My angle. Yeah, I gotta give me a bath. And then I have to do some more research. And I also gotta have dinner. I'm quite hungry. Come on, give me some of that funny juice. Con's always funny. Con's just funny. That skin is so bad. That skin is terrifying. Yeah, no. That's what I mean, Jaren. When you're like, oh, I only have this much. I'm like, girl, if I wasn't a streamer, I wouldn't have racked up this many hours. Grace. I've been so bad with the gym. I need to go back, but I just don't want to yet. I think I'm just going to get this week out of the way. And then come back strong. Ooh, I love Fanta. I love to tour. I go through hell touring. Girl. That didn't reach. Really? Okay. Jolly's kill. That's funny. Ooh! I do love neon! Oh, Jared. Yeah, I've been taking the back seat, but I'll be back. Oh my god, Liz. Hey. It's a lot, you know? Yeah, I had auto mod on for the sponsor. Which is good because sometimes people forget it's a spawn, which is so fair. And they go to say something silly and I'm like, thank god it caught that. Not that like, no one ever says anything terrible. But like on the off chance KFC was with us, I was like, oh, you got me, girl. Do you reckon he'll... Wait, hold. I know, Jaren. I totally get that. You are not alone. Ah! You know what? No, actually, I don't. I just said Nori. I want to get them so bad. Do you have any good deals on car insurance for me? Yes, let me just type it into my handy dandy keyboard. Oh, car insurance has gone extinct. I ran out of it. I'm sorry, dog. God damn it. God damn it. Not today. Not like this. No! Does KFC odds provide coverage? Yes. What's retail again? Oh wait, let me see something. My hospital sim, by the way, car dealer sim has had heaps of updates. And then also hospital sim has had heaps of updates as well. Oh, sorry, doll. Yes. Jaren, of course. A roadside 12-piece and biscuits? Yeah. I mean, that's perfect, right? Now, guys, you know what I'm going to do? I know I literally just switched to Fortnite. But No, Carla, you can't do words for day. I reckon, okay, guys. I think I could get this in so quick. Now, is words for days a category? No, okay. Okay, I do have to go very soon, but I thought it would be fun to kind of try and get squid, because I think we can do this. Like, it's squid. You know? I think we can get it. We just need ocean. Ocean, guys. We're done. Sea. Ocean and sea. Marine life. Guys. 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 Coral reef. Imagine we don't get it at all. Guys. How would I get squid? Netflix. Netflix and Marine Life. Squid Game. I am going to really enjoy my KFC tonight. God, you know what's crazy though? You know when you're just so I honestly feel a little bit like, hey. I feel a little bit, hey. I just feel so like, and I know, you know what's crazy at? How I feel is probably like a good sleep for a new parent as well. God, I can't imagine how tired they must be with a baby that doesn't settle. I have a cat that won't settle, but a baby? Oh my god. Okay, here's the thing. Marine sea. I am mother. Oh my god. X. I haven't got it yet. I tried. I think mine was sandwich tray. I don't know if you're lucky or not, but we got sandwiches and tray. And it didn't make sandwich tray. I had to stop. Joy ride. Joy ride. I had to get it off. I was like, girl, this is not working for you. Also, any Sydney siders in here? I have a recommendation for you. I got kettle, tea, kettle as well. What? Oh. Oh, Stormy. You're the best. Whiskey! I love you. I want one of your hugs. Cause Sydney here, I wish you were Sydney. That would make me so happy. There's this place in Burwood in Sydney. It's called Tamadachi. And it has Japanese sandos. And it is so good. Like, so good. Byron Bay! It is amazing. Oh wait, guys. I'm gonna Wordle Max while the goat's here because I'm really bad at it. Guys, check this out. Oh my god. Imagine if it was squid. Ah, Pokemon card. Sheln Sheen. Ooh. Sleek. Now, what the hell? Oh, steak. Yep. Yep. Oh my god. Thank you. All right, connections. I'm either so good at this or bad at it. It's so funny. Guys, watch this. Ready? Delete, copy, cut, paste. Things on a keyboard. Or edit menu. Yep, nice. Bargain, deal, agreement. Okay. Understanding, deal, agreement, but. Oh, it is right. Contract. U-turn. Oh, wait. Shuffle. Wait. Laundry, recycling, grocery, picnic, and that's things at home. Okay, wait. This side up, shuffle, U-turn. What has Easter got to do with things? Oh, sunny side, Easter egg. Eggs, no, okay, wait. Easter bunny, shuffle bunny, this side up bunny, and picnic bunny. I'm joking. Easter has eggs. You buy eggs at grocery stores. You sunny side up an egg. And you bring an egg to a picnic. Okay. I'm stumped. Wait, hold. U-turn is on a sign. And you do it. Oh, I know. Oh, really? Picnic blanket. No. Picnic basket. Easter basket. Grocery basket. Laundry basket. Woo! Now, what is this? I actually didn't think I was going to get that. I really needed that. Oh, arrows. Yep. That's real nice. I like it. I like it a lot. Spelling bee. Oh, no. How do you do this? All right, back to squid. Coral reef, sea. Ocean, wind. Lock in, guys. Waves and planet. Earth, ocean. Island, coral reef. Great Barrier Reef. And inside the Great Barrier Reef, you have marine life. Okay. We need restaurant. We need food. How do we get food? Jeff Gold. What is that? I'm just doing the same words. Planet, water, earth and water, water and mud, clay and water, pottery, pottery and ocean, ceramics, sea and ceramics. Where am I? I don't think I can do this. Guess the word in 3 tries. After each guess, the color of the tiles will change to show you how close your guess was to the word. Green means the right letters in the right spot. 9% of the time the answer is Jeff Goldblum. 10% of the time the answer is some other 12-letter word. Okay. Huge. I needed that. Let's go! Yay! Hannah, my goat! Huge names. Names? Words. I'm so out of it. I'm so sorry, guys. Huge news, though. That's my goat! Okay. Alright, so I have to get to poop. Is Fump? No. No. Can I change? Is it one letter at a time? Overwatch time. Boot up. Boot up, Whiskey. Boot up. Shotgun roulette. What's it called? Hi, memes. Ah. Fube. What is it? Is it possible? Do I have to change one word? Or can I do 2 letters? I'm not good at poodle. Yesterday's answer. Ah. Oh. Oh, we don't have to use the letters poop. Oh, I thought you had to use the letters in poop. I can use different letters. Ah, okay. Damn it. Muse. Damn. Okay. Musk. Oh, that's nice. Mosque. Okay. Pusk. No, it's fine, guys. It's fine. Mush. Mosh. We have an O, guys. We have an O. Okay. Posh. Oh my god, guys. Poo. Okay. Post. Poot. We're getting there. Hi, Josh. Poot Lovato. Blue. Okay. Pose. Loot. Ooh, like. Post. Loot. What about this? Okay, wait. Post. Lost. Oh, you're so smart. Loot. Loop. That was all Whiskey, but you know I wouldn't have got there. There's no, guys, my brain is running off one Smartie. There's no way I would have got that. Fume to poo. You have 2 actors. Connect the stars. Really? Okay. Choose 2 movie stars. Alright, let's do Emily Blunt. And let's do to a Meryl. We're running on KFC. KFC Blunt, thank you guys. Oh, what does this mean? Oh. Oh, okay. Devils Wears Prada. Oh, sorry. Yes. Wait, what am I doing? What do I do now? What? Oh, the choose for me. Oh, okay. Jack Black, Meryl. No. Cameron Diaz, Keanu Reeves. Oh, Jodie. Hey, Kate. Something about Mary. There's... Okay. What has Kate been in? I love Bill, by the way. I just couldn't think of Bill's. What's Kate been in? Oh, shit. My Aussie queen. Where's Kate gone? Ocean's 8. Charlie's Angels. Ocean's 8. Lord of the Rings. Do you have to find them in a film together? Oh, Shrek. Nice. Oh, oh, okay, I get it. Oh, I don't really get it, but I'm, you know. Thor Ragnarok. No, okay. Oh, Emma Stone.
Thank you for the sub.
Put your ass away, child.
Oh my god.
Eric Blakeburn just subscribed. Almost 5 years. Goated. 6, 7. Or
Orlando
whatever
Bloom.
the kids say. Carl's Griddy, Carl's Kitty Kiss.
Whoa. Thank you, Eric, for 59. How are you? Spooky. Wait, let me do this quickly. Thank you, sweetheart. How are you? What's the hot goss? Kate Blanchett. How do I... There must be a connection. Hi, Cammy. What are you cooking? Game's been good. I'm so out of it. I gotta go make some dinner soon. But, what are you cooking? You're making me hungry. No, Eric, you could never interrupt. I'm just sleepy. Don't look up. Key lime pie? Oh, give me a bite. Wait, decap video. Leo. Leo. What's his full name? Why? Wow, I'm blanking bad. Jesus. Leonardo. Oh my god. I was about to say Leonidas. Ryan Gosling. Oh, yum, Kemi. I don't know if I can say this, but have you seen the video of Cameron Diaz talking about her Filipino friends? Because her face cracks me up every time. Jennifer Lawrence. Filipino. Girl. Chris, it didn't give me, it didn't let me. Did I spell it wrong? Oh, okay. Oh. Okay. Why did I put Toy Story? Oh, Leo, what? Oh my god, Kirby, that's so funny. A blue with Melbo's face is sending me. Wait. Oh, wait. That's so funny. God, I just saw it. Are we getting there or no? Jim Carrey. It's connected. We won. Lukey, yeah. Okay. Ben Stiller. So how do I connect? If one of these connects? Paul Rudd. Guys, once I understand this, it's over. Thank you for the watch streaks, guys. Uh-oh, Whiskey, lock in. If they've both been in movies with the same actor. What has Kate Blanchett been in? Oh. Ah, nice. Nice. Sin, nice. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, we should try this again. Guys, I can lock in. Oh yeah, let's do it. Pretty woman walking down the street. Was she in Shallow Hal? I think so. Iron Man. Guys, we're cooking. Reese is not bad, actually. This is fun. Kaylee, good morning. Oh, sexy. A chance, yes. Oh, yep, Hugh Grant. Gwyneth. Ocean's 11, really? Oh. I am so out of it, guys. I swear I'm... Oh my god. Brad Pitt. Oh my god, Whiskey! Oh, I can't wait to join your stream when you do this. You're gonna get it in 2 seconds. Oh. Oh. Oh, yeah. What's her name with the bangs? Mission. Is he in Top Gun? Yeah. What's her name? Zoe. The Dark Knight. Oh, 10 things? Oh, wait. Is it he's just not that into you? What? Damn. Dark Knight. Batman. Is it Tropical or Tropic Thunder? Tropic Thunder. Ben Stiller. Meet the Parents. Inception. Ooh, Dodgeball. Robert Downey Jr. Yes, man. Good one. Good one. Good one. What's Luke? Oh, fun. Leonardo DiCaprio. DiCaprio. Demi Moore. Okay. And Hathaway? Hathaway? Alright. Oh, Anne Hathaway. Right. We're cooking. I gotta sneeze. Vince Vaughn. How do you spell Vaughn? Oh yeah. Johansson. Knives Out. The Mask. Physical. Toy Story 4. I'm joking. The Wolf of Wall Street. Jonah Hill. Jonah Hill. Margot Robbie. Moana. Something about Mary. You know what? Edge of Tomorrow. How do you get this, Whiskey? I would love to be inside your brain for 2 minutes. Whoa. Oh, I can't wait to see him whip up the answers on his stream at twitch.tv/whisker. Wait, Whiskey. Welcome to Route 66. Looking like an FBI murder board. Wait, true. Yeah, wait, next round. Alright, well, here's the thing. Ready for the Carla Dailies era. Here's the thing, guys. If I stream tomorrow, I think I might just do a bunch of just chatting. And, like, border security or just watch some shit. I think it's just gonna be a just chatting day tomorrow, I think. And that's the vibe. Thanks, Josh. That's chill, Diva, whatever you want. Guys, I appreciate you. Okay. Oh, this is great. One of my favorite movies of all time. To Wong Fu, thanks for everything. No! Oh, I love that movie. Julie, oh. Wait, my favorite. Okay, we'll go Toy Story first. The Tales of Oh. What's the full To Wong Thanks for Everything title? Oh. No! I love that movie. God damn it. He was amazing in that. Oh! Of course. Wait, I know that. Keanu Reeves is in Toy Story. Guys, I did that on purpose. Oh my god, what the hell? Yeah, he's the Duke something. Yeah, he's the Duke Catchem? Duke. He's cool. Halle Berry. Catwoman? Batman? What the hell, Barry? Beetle... What? Oh wait, Johnny Depp wasn't in Beetlejuice. Oh, Carla. Thinking of Winona Ryder. You fool. Catwoman? Okay. Oh, but Catwoman... Surely... no. Never mind. I thought, where was I going with this? I had an idea. Pirates of the Caribbean. I'm kidding. Of the Caribbean? Okay. Is Keira Knightley in that? Oh, John Travolta. Oh wow. Hairspray for a laugh. Okay. Great. I look quite pretty. Edward Sesame Hands. Oh! Monsters Ball. Oh, Hugh Jackie. Sleepy Hollow. Angelina Jolie. The Greatest Showman. Pulp Fiction. Olivia Newton-John. Christopher Oh, Sweeney Todd. Christopher Walken. I'm walking over here. Oh. Oh, that's right. He was in Hairspray. Right. Forgot about that. I love Christopher Walken. I love to tour. I didn't realize. Oh my god. I love to tour. Okay, wait, let me save this because that's so fun. I love to tour. That's fun. I want to do more of that tomorrow. That's super cool. Okay. My angels. I am totally out of it. Thank you so much for today. I know it's only 3 hours, but if I can get a real good sleep tonight, it means I can annoy the airwaves tomorrow.
Put your ass away, child!
Stace!
Tattooed Stace just subscribed.
Hello? Thank you for 56. I appreciate you. When is Crispy up? Should be in a couple hours, right? If you could leave a lurk for Crispy so we can come back to that, that would be amazing. He's doing his event. We love Crispy. Oh my god, I'm your longest sub, Stace. That's really cool. I really appreciate that. What an honor to be your longest sub. Thank you so much. Thank you everyone for the support and the understanding. With Mimi Girl. I'm kind of running on no sleep, and I just, you know, leading up to everything with her is just like, I feel like before I went on stream today, I was so anxious, and I felt just nice hanging out with you guys. So I really appreciate you being here and just getting my mind off it. Even if I do 3 hours, like, it's still nice just to hang out with you all. I really appreciate it. I wanted to stream longer tonight, but I am just so frazzled. Stace, thank you so much again. I appreciate you. I'm meant to be streaming tomorrow. And look, I probably will, unless something bad happens. I think I'm going to pop on and just hang out with you guys. I think that's all I really want to do is just hang and have a bit of a hee-hee and a ha-ha, if you will. I will keep you updated. I know you guys are so lovely and want me to, you know, do what I need to with Mimi, so I appreciate that heaps. But I love you guys. Thank you for being here for the sponsor as well. You are the best ever. And hopefully I see you tomorrow, because I want to play more of that game. The only reason why I'm ending is because my brain is so fried. But that's a fun game. Good suggestion. Thank you, Stace. I appreciate you guys. Fun little slapper. But I love you, and hopefully I see you tomorrow. Bye, guys. Me and y'all.